London Mayor Sadiq Khan has been outspoken about the American presidential race. Khan is one of 8 children born to Pakistani immigrants. The former human rights lawyer was elected in May as the first Muslim to lead a major Western capital.
Mayor Khan is now on a 5-day tour of North America. In Chicago, he took aim at divisive talk about Muslims during the presidential campaign. He said, quote, "We play straight into the hands of those who seek to divide us, of extremists and terrorists around the world, when we imply that it is not possible to hold Western values dear and to be a Muslim." Mayor Khan joins us now, and we're pleased to have you here.
It's
Welcome.
great to be here, it really is.
Let me just begin, because you sit in a city that has been hit by violence. You're in another city that's hit by violence. What do we need to know, and what do we need to do?
Well, firstly, look, London stands shoulder to shoulder with New York. Londoners and New Yorkers have a lot in common. One of the things I know as the Mayor of London is Mayor de Blasio, the police service here, like my police service and me, worry about this on a daily basis, how we keep our city safe, how we remain vigilant, how we ensure that the police have all the resources they need. And so they'll be grappling with who was responsible, they'll be analysing the CCTV, they'll be thinking what more we can do to keep us safe. And my message to New Yorkers, which has been my message to Londoners, is look, you may have 36,000 police officers in New York, but actually 36,000 police officers who have the eyes and ears of 8.5 million New Yorkers is a powerful thing.
What do you specifically mean?
Well, one of the ways we police in London is we have a phrase, policing by consent. That means actually, as brilliant as the police is, as brilliant as the security services is, they rely upon intelligence information from the communities. One way we've been successful in stopping successful terrorist attacks.
Do you mean the Muslim community? Is that
everyone, everyone. It could be parents, big brothers, big sisters, neighbours, teachers, friends of, imams. Everyone has a role to play. Yeah. You live in a great city in New York. I live in a great city in London. Look, New York's second best city in the world after London. And London has been, in fact,
you're the mayor of London, and you're getting involved in the U.S. presidential election. I mean, you've been one of the most vociferous voices against Donald Trump.
Well, in my defence, you know, I had the privilege of being elected the mayor of the greatest city in the world this May, and it was Donald Trump who said, prior to my election, he wanted to stop Muslims coming to America. When I was elected, he said he would make an exception for me. Now, according to my mum, I'm exceptional, but I'm not exceptional. There are literally tens and thousands of Americans, proud Americans, who are proud Muslims. There are literally millions of Brits, proud Brits, who are proud Muslims. And my point is this: I'm not an exception. Don't make an exception for me. And, you know, I hope the best candidate wins, and I'm sure she will.
Let me talk to the other point, which is you're saying that if, in fact, you do this, you're giving fodder to, you said, Daesh or ISIS or ISIL, whatever the name for the Islamic State you use, that tactics like this play into their hands and their recruitment. I want to go to another point about them, which is, are we looking at the new face of Daesh in terms of what's happening in London and in New York and in Nice, France, and so many other places around the world? Are we under a state of constant siege?
Well, we shouldn't allow ourselves to be under siege. We shouldn't allow anybody to change the way we lead our lives. But the reality is, I'm afraid in the current climate, it's not simply a question of people outside of our countries and outside of our cities wishing to harm us and destroy our way of life. I'm afraid the bad news is people born and raised in London, people born and raised in America, people born and raised in Europe want to destroy our way of life. And actually the best antidote to that is to show them it's possible to be somebody with Western liberal values and be mainstream Muslim, but also to teach our youngsters resilience. So if you're a young Brit or a young American and somebody comes along to try and groom you or brainwash you or indoctrinate you, a charismatic preacher of hate, and he says, look, the West hates you, there's a Jewish conspiracy, you can say, what are you talking about? I'm a successful doctor. What are you talking about? My best friend's a Jew. What are you talking about? I'm proud to be an American. What are you talking about? This country is a country where you can fulfill your potential if you work hard. There's a helping hand. And we've got to give our youngsters that resilience so they can counter this extremist narrative.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
We're coming to the best city in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the best city in the world.
Yeah, glad you're here.
The greatest city in the world.
Can I just say this? Listen, Hamilton's coming to London next year. That says it all.
Okay.